Hitch is not playing, I don't think. I think he was in the Observer. I think Rip is a new guy who's hopping in. Try and mix things up a bit, see what works out. So I'm interested to see how he will meld into the team. You see what looks like might be 3 duelists hovered for Pheonix right now. Sky. I think Sky was actually released into competitive play on the 17th, right? And it's the 17th today, so I think that might actually be legal. Looks like they're going to go for the Sova instead. Makes sense. I feel like Sova's really strong at the moment. Like, a team without Sova is a team lacking. Just because of the information and the utility he has. The after plant, especially with the lineups we saw in another scrim Sova was doing for the after plant position. There's a hollow point and some really nice lineups onto the after plant on both sides of the map. Like on A and B. So I feel like he's just too strong and I let up. To be honest. Gonna be Assailant starting on CT. Defensive side. Pheonix guys are starting on attack. 4 ghosts actually picked up right now. For Assailant, they just completely foregoing the light armor utility route. They just want ghosts. They want to take these long range engagements. And I mean, towards B, right? I don't really know why you would go for like 2 ghosts on this defense. Just because I feel like a classic might be better suited to these like closer angles, you know, with the right click being so powerful. At the moment, it's pretty difficult to read where Pheonix want to go because they've got 2 people A, 2 people B, and Omen looks to be chilling mid, throwing down some smokes over towards that area, so they might be able to push out. There isn't really anything able to test them. Picking up the orb over towards B. Boombox comes through and they get a bit of damage onto Pheonix with a nade. Sova is also over here on 50 HP, so they get some early round utility damage, which is quite nice. Especially good for this pistol rounds where you can, you know, headshot people with a classic when they're on 50 HP. Granted, they only have like 1. But it's better than nothing. War going out mid here so they can cross safely to short, I assume. Looks like they are going towards that area. Wall does fade and my game's lagging a ton, but Sova gets the first pick towards mid. Long range with that ghost. Is kind of where it shines, right? Mix does shut the door. This is a really nice play. It gets broken instantly, but it kind of stalls for a little bit of time. They've got to shoot it and then start to reload. If you can find 1 kill, it'll be huge. He doesn't get 1, but he's still got some utility. Oh no, never mind. It doesn't actually activate anymore. Bomb's going to go down in a 4v4. Sova is on 21 HP. He's fully blind. I don't really think they have any like utility to finish him off. Killjoy is also on 1 HP. But the AssailantUK guys just need to find like 1 shot towards some of these targets. And there's one. Sova goes down. I don't know if they're aware of Crip on the flank. They are actually. They get him. They are playing foot into heaven. Quite an easy shot to make. Like, you don't even need to be aware that they're aiming. You'll just see them walking out. And they win the round with 3 people remaining. The low HP target not really going down. And they kind of steal that one away from under Assailant's nose, I feel. Assailant had a really good start to that. They got a lot of early round damage. As soon as that bomb went down, the retake just didn't look clean enough to come through. They didn't have very much utility left, so just uses reveal dart towards mid. So he didn't have that for the retake. And they are going to go into this round with 4 SMGs and a ghost, full armor across the board, apart from Ajax. It looks like they're just going to concede map control over towards A. Rip and Mix have pushed up over towards it. So, I mean, they didn't go through the smoke, so in his mind there could still be 5 people sat there. But they hear some information and see a couple of people over towards B. So with that map control, they're actually going to go for a gamble and rotate everyone over toward this B side of the map. Pheonix might have had a bit of a read on that because they've just left B after making a little bit of noise. And the AssailantUK guys are like, right, okay, well, we only heard a bit, so we're going to rotate all the way back. And that gets 1 pulse off. So they see, what, 2 to 3 people over towards mid. That can give them a bit of an indication that they might be rotating, but obviously this market area does still lead towards the B site. So this might have been a bit of a missed call from the Assailant guys. Bit of a misread, but they are going to have 5 people for the retake if they choose to go that way. And with these classics, they can get trades quite easily if they get these close angles. Ajax with the first kill of the round, surprisingly. It is only 30 seconds left. Nobody had died yet. If they can get a pick kind of in the smoke area onto this Killjoy who's pushing through. A little bit aggressive, but finds 3 kills. Okay, well, I was not expecting that. In my head, that seemed like a little bit of a misplay, running into 3 people, but actually manages to clean that up and get 4 in the end, so just some nice aim and some spray control with that Spectre. Not really a weapon you kind of see people like learning a spray control pattern on, but this game doesn't really have spray control patterns, but you know what I mean. Not really a weapon I see people practicing with too much, but he seems quite confident in just running into 3 people and getting all of them. With lower tier weapons, that is, of course. And now they are going to be in a bonus round. Pretty prevalent, right? I usually see most teams go for a bonus round after they win the second round anti-eco. Just because if they win it, it boosts their economy that much more. Against the full rifles of Assailant, they kind of want to get this round on the board. Nade comes through, might find a little bit of damage, hits Pheonix a little bit, but nothing too significant. Although that actually does put him at one-shot headshot range.
You should run.
For a Phantom at long range, but obviously on B there isn't really any angles that would come into play. They push out behind Nephilim and he gets completely caught off. Chaos Knight with a trade though, he can heal himself. Instead he uses the Dismiss to get away, but he gets hit by the Killjoy in the Molotov and goes down. Full HP to none in that bit of utility. And it's now down to a 3v4. No ults available for either team. So it's just going to be raw aim coming back in onto this site. Crypt does have a couple of smokes and a really nice shot onto Nidzo. Bringing it back down into a 3v3. Some reveal darts coming through, but they can go down. Good. That wall is spammable, so they really need to take that out quickly, and they do. Only one pulse comes through. The back of the site is being smoked out, and they might find the back of the head of the default Panther here. Not quite mixed with the trade, though. And Sova is pushing back in. He might get a line up on these last 2 people. Sees him go through the smoke, readjusts to Graphy on site. He is aware where Pheonix is, but he might get caught out by the timing he does. Pheonix with the final kill of the round with a Spectre. And like I said, they take the bonus round with a lower tier of weaponry. And like, even if they lose everyone and still win the round, they're automatically in a much better position because of the money that they've managed to build up doing so. Look at that, they even managed to get an AWP on board, 4th round. I mean, that being 5k, you know, it's not exactly the cheapest weapon to get. They're going to bring it out. I see a lot of teams, they win a bonus round, and then they instantly go for a full buy right after, right? Like, I don't know about that, because you pretty much know you're guaranteed to be against, like, a lower buy. And it might be worth going for SMGs again and just further pushing that economy. Ajax is feeling pretty confident with his AWP and finds first kill of the round. Who am I to say what he should be doing with his money? A little bit of engagement going down here over towards B. Molotov comes through and Nephilim is going to try and do something off the back of it, but can't quite find any kills. The only Omen that's gone down for Pheonix, and Chaos Knight just looking for some headshots with the Sheriff. Might only be 1 body shot onto this Pheonix, to be honest, if he can land it, and then he'll get a decent weapon for himself. Peeks out. Crosshair placement isn't there. Wasn't expecting him to play at that sort of an off angle. He isn't even going to find one, unfortunate. Now they are going to have enough money to buy up full rifles again. Interested to see if they go for the same play they did last round. I feel like that was kind of unlucky. Nephilim got caught out, shot in the back without his weapon out. So if they can just, you know, not make a mistake like that again, then I feel like they'll be in a much better position this round. And usually when you make a mistake like that in the game once, you don't make it again, because it's always in the back of your mind after you've made it once. You're like, oh no, I fucked up. Now I won't do that again. Real Dart comes through, throws a pulse out, so they see 2 people over towards B. That's not really too important. Get another little bit of damage on towards Pheonix. They seem to like eating these grenades from Neph over towards B. Never does significantly enough damage. Boombot comes through actually and almost finds some damage onto AK. But not quite quick enough. Some utility over towards mid. I feel like mid on this map is a much less prevalent than it is on a map like Split. Like, you don't need it to execute a site, but it is quite strong if you do have mid control. We are going to rotate over towards his A side of the map. I didn't get any picks. We're just playing for a bit of information. Bomb is here. Someone needs to pick it up before they go into the site. Lockdown is available once they pick up this orb, so I feel like they're just waiting for that. Baker's just waiting for the utility. You got to get it instantly. Ult towards this corner. Woman's going to smoke the site. And at this point,
30 seconds left.
I'm not really too sure what you do if you're Assailant, right? Pheonix goes in for the information, but they're just going to wait for this kill drill to come out so that they can be confident no one's on site and then just execute off the back of that. Smoke does have a gap over towards the left side, but Crypt can't quite find the angle through it. Chaos Knight with the trade.
10 seconds left.
They still have a chance. Sova with a spray down from heaven finds one, but Graffi with the trade instantly. Don't really give them an opportunity to make this, to get themselves an advantage. Sova sees them towards shore, gets flashed out. And Hunter's Fury comes through onto the bomb diffuser, but they didn't stick it, so that he's not going to find anything. The door has been broken this round, so he can't go ahead and shut it. Reveal Dark comes through, but this bomb is not planted for Sova towards short, so it's just going to be a full stick. Sova's going to find the final kill with a 4K for himself. A nice play from him. He's got his Hunter's Fury available now. Do whatever he wants with. Very good for stopping plants, especially if it's planted in kind of a default position, which it usually is in this game because there aren't too many like flexible areas to plant in. So they do get their first round on the board. And with a decent time as well, like 4-1 is not too bad. They don't have the advantage in money at the moment, of course. Ajax has gone for that AWP buy again. Oh, that bullet went straight past his face. He is lucky to be alive right now. They really just kind of don't want to peek this up because it's such a valuable weapon in this game to get early kills and first bloods. They just don't want to peek it. Grip with a nice pick onto AKA from short. Bringing it into a 5v4 early. That was pretty huge. And then with this B control they've got and or control towards A, it feels like there's pretty much only one place that Pheonix can come from, which is mid. It looks like Crypt's going to peek out, try and find another kill. Can't quite find the spray control over towards Graffi. So that advantage he got themselves earlier in the round is going to go pretty much to waste. But Chaos Knight bringing it straight back with a nice headshot onto Nidzo just before the smoke fully ballooned. Didn't manage to get the heal from the orb though, so they are on 26 HP, so they're not in the brightest of shapes. Nephilim might have a nice little angle on here towards Pheonix here. Gets him down. Nobody expected him to be in this corner. He's going to go for the showstopper. Gets shot in the back, but finds enough time to send his showstopper out towards Ajax. Takes him down and then mixes there for the trade on to, oh, what's his name, Graffi. So again, they take another round, but they didn't take it very convincingly. They managed to pick up the AWP, so that's something that works in their favour. But Sova is going to have to go into this round without the best weaponry, because their economy just still isn't great. They haven't won these rounds with too many people surviving. There's been 2 people each round, in fact, and they've died. All of them have died in all the previous rounds, so they didn't really have anything built up before this. And Pheonix still have enough money to go for a full buy even after losing 2 rounds in a row and managed to pick up this AWP again. That just kind of speaks volumes about what they've managed to pick up here. Pheonix takes down the boom bot over towards B, but he's always kind of played here, so that information isn't really surprising. Grenade hits him again. Doesn't have any armor left, so, you know, this early round damage from utility is pretty good. Just makes you more confident in taking those duels, even if you don't know they're damaged. It's just like that 1-2 less body shots that you've got to take. But Ajax taking Crypt, sorry, AK taking a pick onto Nephilim towards B as well. He got a little bit of aggressive there and couldn't quite do anything with it. Chaos Knight traded though, and he peeks toward mid. Can't quite find a kill to heal himself off of it. At least he gets some information, and Mix is over here towards short. Does have lockdown available, but I mean, even if he uses it here, it's just going to get pushed and broken. Tries to find a pick underneath the door. He falls back here further towards main. He might be able to place it down. Manages to get a shot onto Ajax quickly. Not quite quick enough to get Graffi there through the smoke. Unfortunate. Doesn't have time to place his lockdown, and Chaos Knight is here on 5 HP. If someone tickles this man, he is going to die. Let's kind of put this over here to make the plays. Does have a shock dart available, and there are a few low-ish HP targets, but unfortunately they're not stood up on top of that wall. So he's not going to find any value off of it. Going to push down to the side, try and find someone. Pre-fires the corner. Molly is in hand, so he gets the kill. And then runs back through the Molotov, so he's going to be on really low HP taking the next fight, and he goes down. Pheonix win the round with 2 players surviving, and a really nice comeback after losing 2 rounds in a row. Still managing to buy fully. They take that one with some nice early picks. All are available. They've got Blade Storm for Jet. They've got a From the Shadows from Omen. And on the flip side, they've also got a From the Shadows, but they've got a Lockdown too. And Lockdown is really powerful. I'm kind of upset we haven't seen it come out yet this game. Mix is pretty good with his utility usage, so I would have expected it to see it a little bit earlier. But there just hasn't really been a situation for it to go down, and Mix is kind of going to play over here. Just listening for some sounds, doesn't hear anything. It's just kind of playing quite safe. That turret is in an advanced position to get some information, and it's just towards mid here. Ajax and Nidzo taking down the first kills pretty cleanly. They're bringing that into a 5v3 against this low buy. They are looking quite good right now. Mix just throwing down this utility, trying to buy as much time for his team as possible to figure out where they're going. Pheonix getting another kill onto Chaos Knight. Does not really look like this round is going to have a Neff. Has 2 satchel charges in the classic. Not really much chance. Might be able to find a kill here. Not enough damage onto Pheonix. Take him down. Just Mix with a stinger trying to find a kill. He's not going to check his corners, and he's going to get knifed. I have no idea how many times I've said in the scrims I've casted to check your corners. Check your corners, check your corners. Even if you know that someone is never in a million years going to be in that corner. But sometimes it's worth it to just check it anyway. Just for the muscle memory and the reflex, and you know. What if there was someone there, you know? You never know. You never ever know. With the utility that you've got in this game, like Omen could have TP'd there. Nobody could have heard it, something like that. With his, not with his ult, with his guided steps. People can be in very sticky places in this game for sure. First pick coming over here towards A. Mika's getting that headshot down, but it is traded out onto Crypt for 4 HP, so he's going to go down again. A breath of the wind coming through this A site a little bit too strongly, and he might go down. Just bring up his ult here, seeing if he wants to do anything with it. Decides better of that idea. They don't really have too much information to go off. Mid is smoked here, and so it is just playing it really passively. Just waiting for info, which is kind of how you play the defense side on Ascent.
Revealing area.
Lockdown comes through over towards B, but there is only one person here. So this might be a bait. Doesn't look like Assailant are falling for this. Mix does have his knife out over towards short though. Is not the best. Crypt, 4 HP, manages to get Phoenix ult and a kill onto Graphy. So over a pick onto AK towards mid, and this round is looking quite good for them. 4v2. Omen still has full utility available. If he pushes through the smoke and goes down, that's a big waste. He still had his flash and smokes and TPs available.
Spike planted.
Shock darts coming through, finding some damage onto Omen. Reveal darts as well. Flashes come through to just kind of delay this retake. Molotovs as well. Walls. Pheonix has no utility left. Maybe one flashbang. He can't cover for his teammate, and Nephilim is just going to drop down onto the site and blindside both of them.
You failed. Now flee.
Man, my nose has been getting runnier and runnier. I don't know what's going on. Really not very nice. Oh, did I remember to turn my audio down? Yeah, I did. I do, you know, when I play this game, I like to play with very high audio so I can sound to the best of my abilities. And sometimes I forget to turn it down for scrims, and you can't hear me talking over the gameplay, which I'm sure some people would probably enjoy more. But unfortunately, that's just not how it really works on this channel.
Revealing area.
Darts coming through from Sova, trying to get a bit of info. He gets info, someone's there at least, because they shot it out. An aggressive play, looks like he's trying to come through from Nephilim as well. They like taking this map control. And it has worked in the few rounds that they've been doing it. You know, at least for the map control. The rounds maybe not pulled together off the back of it, but the actual map control that they've gained has been working a little bit. So there's no reason for them not to continue doing it. Just need to kind of solidify the rest of the round. They've left mid completely open. You look at the map right here, it is a possibility that someone could walk straight through market, flank these two guys towards B, but they're just, you know, confident that's not going to happen. And it is going to be Crip with a first engagement over here towards short, taking down Pheonix. It's quite low. And it would be pretty beneficial for him to get another pick over towards this A side of the map, just because you want, obviously, you know, you want to kill all 5 of them, right? So any more kills this guy can get is going to be better. Can't quite find it, though. There are 2 people here to try and look for the trade, and it is going to be so finding. One peeks out for another. This guy's on for a critical kill. Can't find that either. AKA here with the trades. He's been looking pretty good today, so I won't be surprised if he could find more. He's going to drop his turret and maybe rotate off the site, but he's only got 17 seconds left, so I'm not quite sure they'll be able to make it, especially not if he goes towards B main. Okay, no, he realised that he's got to go towards market if he even wants a chance, but the door's shut. I don't think he would have had time anyway. Or maybe he would have had time if the door wasn't shut. 2 seconds shy of getting that plant down. And the thought was there. The preemptive shutting of the door actually comes in huge. Comes in with the side swipe, getting at least a little bit of a kill for his troubles, even if they can't get the round. All the economy damage they can do at this point is pretty good. I mean, if you look at it right now, they can't even afford to buy full weapons over on the Assailant team. Not with full armor and utility, at least. And they are looking pretty happy, Pheonix, with their money. They've been able to buy full rifles ever since, what, 3rd round? 4th round? Not sure which one. 3rd round, I think. Oh, 4th round. 3rd round I went for a bonus buy. I've had full rifles ever since. Omen is going to TP over towards B, gets taken down, so that they are aware that there's someone over there. But they have been playing quite default kind of strategy on this attacking side, so that info isn't really too useful. But Grip getting a kill is. That was kind of looking like it was going to be an aggressive play over towards A. So that might be something these guys can work on, especially with the drones coming towards mid. They see Pheonix there on short, I think. They might be able to kind of work out what's happening over here, but Sova pushing up aggressively towards short is going to find Pheonix. Nice, well timed from him. AKA instantly with the trade straight back. It feels like any advantage the Assailant team get is instantly traded out. He's going to go for Hunter's Fury. I don't think he's going to find anyone here because they have all backed up extremely far. He hits the turret, but that's not really, you know, important, right? I mean, maybe the fact that he didn't hit anyone might be, you know, information enough to call that there's no one here. But they are just going to play as a 3-man team and go for a retake if it's planted on B. Probably the right call. In a 3v3, you don't want to put one guy mid, one guy on both sides, because then no matter where the attackers go, it's going to be a 3v1. Lockdown coming towards B is pretty much going to solidify the fact that that's where they're going for.
10 seconds
They
left.
haven't had the bombs start to be planted, and the shock darts went through way too early. They hear it go down now, but no utility left to stop it.
Spike planted.
So it is going to go down. Overthrows out some darts, and Omen is going to go through the shadows. Try and get a flank. They do hear him, and he's going to go down, but in the meantime, whilst I was talking, Graphic got a nice pick with his AWP over towards Crip. So it's back down to a 2v2. Like I said, no team can really get the advantage until one of them wins. Nephilim looking for some info. They need to get rid of that dart or they'll be slammed through the wall. Shot missed is not going to be too detrimental. Just got to hit this one. Showstopper comes through and he is good for that one. Goes down to the grenade afterwards. But there is no one left to defuse the bomb. So it's not going to make a difference, unfortunately. Last round of the half. It is 4-7. A pretty... I wouldn't say even scoreline. If Assailant can win this round, then there's not really too much in it. There's a pistol round and an anti-eco, and then they'll be pretty much back at the same scoreline. So, if they can string this round together off the back of just kind of scuffed by only 2 Vandals / Phantoms available, which is usually the prevalent weapon in this game. So if they can get this one, and they'll be in a pretty good spot to come back on the attacking side. Are looking for some aggressive plays over here towards mid, which is probably the right play because they don't have the weapons really to just play a normal round. Nova really needs to get this kill. Rip with a long-ranged engagement actually towards top mid. Nova getting the trade, but again, it's just traded out straight away into a 3v3. They don't have any breathing room left with a shot there to disguise the fact he's jumping off the ledge. There was no real reason to do that, right? But again, it's just muscle memory. If you do that sometimes when it's not necessary, then that one time when it might have been a useful tactic to use, it will come in pretty handy. I have no real idea which site is going to be attacked right now. Even I don't. They are over here towards mid. They could go either way from this. I think Chaos Knight got a little bit of info. Maybe he saw someone towards mid. And that smoke is going to tell him they are pushing up. They take down his flash before he can get any real value out of it. They go through towards market. Mix is going to go for the flank. He does have lockdown available, so if Neff can get a couple of kills, then lockdown comes through, and it'll be a pretty good spot to take this. They don't actually check backside before they start to plant, so Neff's going to get one, make that two. He's got a grenade, and lockdown is here. He's going to go down, but Mix is pretty confident there's only one place Omen could be with only 6 seconds left. He could just play for time, and he can't plant. He hasn't started to plant. Mix is aware of this fact, so he's just going to run away and win the round by time. Nice. Good play from Mix, aware that there was no possibility of the bomb going down. Pheonix did play that around a little bit too slow. But, you know, how could they have known that they would have run out of time? They didn't quite check the backside quick enough. And that is very unfortunate. Yeah, like I said, 5-7 right now, so if Assailant can win the pistol round and the following anti-eco, then they'll be right back up at the same scoreline. AK with a Frenzy. I've spoken about this pretty much every time I've seen a Frenzy in a pistol round. But if they don't go to where you're playing with the Frenzy, then it's just not really going to be very valuable. Just because you want to take these close ranged fights with it, and if you can't get them at the range you want it, then it's just not going to be useful for like a retake or anything. Like, even a classic, I feel, is just better at closer range, just because it's got that right click, which is pretty strong. So I just don't see the point in peaking a Frenzy up. But I mean, some people like it, and it has worked in the few rounds that I've seen. So who am I to say otherwise? It is pushed out here by Nephilim Ghost, taking Graphy down towards mid. He was reloading, couldn't really do anything about that. Nephilim's just going to go really aggro, try and cut off these rotates over towards A, whilst his teammates try and execute and get the bomb down. He's going to get the perfect timing on the Pheonix. Pheonix had just turned away from that. A really nice headshot onto AK. Gets his grenade back. He's going to nade him off this angle. Push through. Might be able to find another one here. He's on for the ace right now. He doesn't quite know where the last person is. I'm sure if his teammates just, you know, wait for him, he might be able to get this one. Or maybe he's just going to go hunting for it himself and leave his teammates in at the 3v1. This window is broken. It's not broken, sorry. So he's going to have to make noise breaking it, and he's going to peek out with a classic and take him down. Quite unfortunate. Reveal Dart doesn't get any information, but they already know he's here. So it's just kind of stalling for time. He's only got 11 bullets in the magazine now, and that might be the difference maker. You know? And they do have a lineup over towards the bomb plant from this Sova. So, I mean, in reality, there was zero chance Omen could have ever won this round. Just not enough time, not enough ammo, not enough anything really to get that. And Crib does go down to the bomb, so I mean, you know, that's something. But he didn't really have too much to save. So it's not really the end of the world, just losing a ghost. And they are going to go for the SMG by here. One ghost on Sova. And Ares on Mix. I've seen him pull this out a few times, but not really to much success. I'm not quite sure why he prefers this over the Spectre. I remember a time when they nerfed the Spectre and everyone was picking the Ares up just because it was better. For a brief period of time, Turret comes out to cancel the aggression over towards A, and a nice default from Assailant. Just playing for the information in his anti-eco. You don't want to rush somewhere just in case the defenders are doing the same thing. Chaos Knight finding Nidzo as he's trying to run away from short. Nephilim with a nice timing onto Graphy. He's going to push through towards spawn again and do exactly the same thing he did last round, only with a better weapon. He should find free here again. Not going to be able to go on for the ace. His teammates had gotten the other 2 kills already. But this guy's just playing really aggressive and confident in his aim, and he's getting the kills. The shorty has been nerfed quite a bit, so you know, Pheonix couldn't quite get that kill, but it wasn't really too important. They would have forced the rebuy of one SMG, but in the grand scheme of things, unless you do that multiple times, it's not really going to affect the grand scheme of the game too much. And again, a bonus round here. There's just not really much point in buying rifles after you win the anti-eco. Just because I feel like the SMGs and the other weapons in this game are just so viable to winning these rounds anyway. Like, there's just not much point. Some nice lineups onto the defense, pressuring AKA out, not giving him the angle he wants, and that is a really clean B-take. Blink and you miss it kind of thing. Chaos Knight with another kill. One towards Pheonix, who was the other side defender.
Spike planted.
And they managed to pick up these upgraded weapons as well. Nidzo with a kill of his own, taking Sova down, who is one of the most prevalent players on Assailant right now. Well, the second most, 12, 11, and 5. Most of Nephilim's kills have not been in a full rifle round, so, you know, something to say there, I guess. The spam coming through from Mix, I guess that's where this gun's useful. The spam is quite effective. Raffi is even more effective with a spam from the Pheonix, though. Sees someone up on top of the box, can't find a spam for that one, though. Quite a thick box to spam with the Phantom. And Showstopper is available, trying to find the last player, but Graffi's actually going to find that through the smoke. And I think he's got plenty of time to defuse. So somehow they're going to turn that around on its head. Showstopper couldn't quite find Graffi there. I don't think Nephilim really knew where he was. But at the end of the day, that was their bonus round, right? And the kind of whole idea of a bonus round is it's a bonus if you win that round. And this round is the real round for this half. They're going to come into it with full rifles. And this is a round where Pheonix can't actually buy full weapons because they lost 4 people. And that's why you call it a bonus round, because even if you lose it, if you get a couple of kills, then you're still at a huge advantage in the half. At least early on. Only down 1 round as well, so if they win this, then they're going to force their team, they're going to force Pheonix onto even lower economy, and they'll just be able to snowball right off that. Of course, that does come off the back of them actually winning this round. Nephilim does get revealed towards mid, but no one's going to find him through the wall. He's just peeking out, so confident in finding these kills. Shock Dart comes through, doesn't find any damage. He's going to reload and then probably go for a push over towards mid. His aim's been looking crispy, so why would he not? In the meantime, though, Sova going to find Pheonix, who was aggressing over towards B. No Hunter's Fury, so he's not going to get picked off by that through the wall. Instead, he's going to scope in with his Vandal for the long-range engagement, take Graffi down towards top mid. Chaos Knight in a really advantageous position right now. That turret actually might not be the best for him. He can find a kill here, which is good. Which is good. And I was going to say, like, if he goes for the flank, then that turret's going to catch him out. But in the end, he gets 1 kill and just baits Pheonix back towards the A side of the map. So this bomb plant is going to be pretty safe. It doesn't look like they really are going to go back into this, just try and save the weapons they've got, maybe get an upgrade, and actually I'm completely wrong. AK is going to get hunted down by Nephilim over towards mid. And it is just an Nidzo left alive with a Spectre. He's going to pick that weapon up, so they should be wherever he is. Now Nephilim with a quick trade gets 1 kill, but at this point the economy is quite inflated, so it's not really too much of an issue. Man, this sniffling, man. It is so annoying. I need to do something about it. Stop being ill. Not fun.
Come on, let's go.
Might be able to do another game tonight as well. The last 2 streams I've done have actually been quite slow and short just because of the games being cancelled or people having to leave after 1. It'll be quite nice to go for a bit of a longer one today. Empress is popped. Chaos Knight looking for this aggressive pick on towards Nidzo. The perfect crosshair placement. Even for him, he was crouching on an off angle. Can't quite find the second one onto Ajax, but for the attackers, the 1-for-1 trade does favour them quite heavily. Graffi, though, with 2 kills over towards mid. Long-range pick to him. Assailant are already kind of over towards the A side. Bomb goes down and Mix loses half his HP from Molotov. Pheonix is peeking out in the open with utility out though, and both targets are quite low HP, so if Mix can find this kill, he might be able to find the third, and he is good for that. Lockdown's charged, winning a 1v3 clutch. That's possibly the second clutch I have seen in my 2 weeks of casting scrims. The other one was performed by a coach of Hollow Point, and that was nice. I don't see too many clutches in this kind of level of gameplay, but that was really clean. Mix knew exactly where everyone was, the game sense coming through for him, confidence to peek those angles, and a really nice aft plant defense for this man.
Okay.
Another default again coming into this round. I feel like Mix is going to go for these aggressive plays. He is buzzing after that clutch. He's ready for the engagement. Nephilim gonna whiff a little bit over towards Graphy, but I mean, he gets the kill at the end of the day. He's not playing Reyna, so he can't heal himself off the back of it. Going through the smoke with a knife is not the best idea. And Pheonix is going to take that with a Bucky, but Mix there with the utility does get the trade. And they are exiting over towards B, aka with a nice sheriff shot to the head. And Mix peeking right into the blade. Storm Crypt there for the trade, and they are in a 2v2 from the shadows available. So if they get this bomb, he might be able to just TP towards A if Sova can get the information that two of them are there. He gets the info and kills them both. So, you know, he doesn't really need to waste that ult as the round's already won. Bringing it up 10 to 8. A nice comeback from them. It wasn't huge. They were only down 2 rounds at the start of this half. But it wasn't looking too good for them. So those 5 rounds that they managed to win in the first half were won quite well for them. And they're coming into this half quite well. But this might be where they are thrown in the loop, as Graphy has picked up an operator for the first time on this defense, and it's been so long since there's been one on the board that they might have forgotten about it, and instead, oh no, Nephilim peeks right into it, and Graphy whiffs that shot. Very unfortunate. The reveal that might get him another pick, but you know, they kind of trade them out. The Graphy has to peek away from the angle so he doesn't get spammed through the smoke. Nephilim is going to go for this aggressive play towards the AWP. He's not scared. Graphy missed that first shot, so Nephilim's like, right, this guy's going to whiff again. I'm just going to push him. I'm going to press W and take him down. Hopefully, they are completely unaware that Nef's here. Like, Graphy can get completely blindsided by Nef, and he is in fact going to do so. Ajax didn't quite have the timing to save his teammate, but instead gets the trade. That's not really good enough, because like I said, 1-for-1 trades favour the attacking side just because there's less people to defend each site. It looks like this A side of the map is completely open for them for the taking. Nidzo is playing it quite passively. Might be Sova here taking some light kills over towards me. He gets spotted out, and I think the right call for him here is just to go to the site and play after plant with his team. We are going to do that. 2 people over towards Gardens, 2 people over towards A main. They do have Sova for the lineups, but he's not in position for them, I don't think. Gets 1 kill, Chaos Knight with a trade. Not with a trade, sorry, with another one. It was a bit of an unexpected place for him to be. Run it back is used by Pheonix though, and if he doesn't find any kills off this, then it's not really going to be going through very helpfully. What did I just say? Rip finding another kill, it's just Pheonix left alive. He's got no armor because he went down in his ult. He's just going to look for the save, running away with that Phantom. So if it is chasing him, he hears him running away, and he does not want that man to escape with a gun. Hopefully he checks his corners. He is. 2 people there. Press the wrong button. Gets both of them with the Phantom. And if he peeks towards mid, he might go down. No, he finds another one. Mix. Not quite able to find that kill. Pheonix. This is a weapon he deserved, right? He gets 3 kills saving it. So obviously he should be well entitled to keep it for himself. And he's going to be not the hero buy in this round. There are going to be some other rifles brought up around him. I'm just going to reply to him. There are going to be some rifles brought up around him. But it's not the worst buy. We have seen worse buys work. So this is looking quite good. The utility is used to kind of stop Chaos Snipe, but he actually just does not care. He pushes straight out. He's got the ability to heal himself, so why does he care if he takes damage? He does take some damage from his teammate's utility as well, but there, he just heals straight back up to almost full. 1 plant's going down in a 3v3. That was definitely, I had no idea what happened. All I saw was 1 kill happen, and there's suddenly only 6 people alive on the map. So it is in a nice position here to look for kills onto people, but usually people check this when they're coming onto the site for the retake. Lockdown comes through and they weren't even checking it. He managed to take it down quite easily, and he does have a drone available, but he should get taken out by Sova. I'm not sure if that was the play, jumping into the smoke and using it, but he does it in the end. Crip is going to just stand in the middle of the open, a little bit of an off angle for Nidzo to be checking, and he goes down. And he goes down. So 12-8 right now. They're just not letting a Pheonix get any rounds on this attacking side. They got one from the defuse, but they just haven't managed to piece together too many good buys. Overwhelming aggression from Nephilim and Sova have just been winning them these rounds quite consistently, and obviously Mix 9-14 to 5 right now. But honestly, that clutch just made him the MVP for me, just because I've seen so many, I've seen so little clutches in this game. Nice to see one. Jet is going for an aggressive peek, and he's not really holding the right angle, but he's going to get the readjustment towards Mix anyway, so that lockdown is not going to be used this round. No Sage available to revive them. And the counter push towards Short is going to come through. He's going to get traded out by Ajax again, but the reload, because of the Stinger, it doesn't have enough ammo capacity to go for more than one kill at a time, usually. So Crip is going to push and take that trade quite easily in a 2v2. They are going to rotate over towards A, which is the right call for them. But if they don't go quickly, then it's not really going to matter which site they go to, because it's going to be red. Because it's going to be, they're just going to play for a 2v2 retake on the defense.
Shadows traveling.
Which looks like they're doing that anyway, because they're not playing aggressively towards A. Smoke comes through, so that might lead them to stay there. They haven't heard anything else, so Pheonix is going to push back towards mid, gets spotted out, and he could find both of them there. They do line up for him. He's caught with a turret in his hands. Unfortunately, AKA, that was not the time to be pulling out your utility, man. You could hear them both there. It just killed your teammate. Sorry, I honestly can't speak at the moment. It just killed your teammate, and he whips a turret out, just trying to hold his flank. Not expecting them to push straight through spawn. Nephilim is good for the kill. I mean, it's quite easy to kill people who don't have a weapon to shoot back at that moment in time. Oh yeah, we're playing all rounds. I forgot about that.
Come on, let's go.
Bomb buddy out.
Three more rounds to go as they are playing tournament mode, so they just play 12 each side. Nephilim checking this corner. Finally, someone checks the corners. I mean, these guys do check the corners okay. It's just usually the one time they don't, they actually get taken down, and I like to pick on them for it. Because they always should. Omen not checking his corners as well. He's just hoping for his teammates to be able to cover him. Door does start to get shut, but it is going to be Chaos Knight pushing up way too quickly for it to be of any importance. Empress is also popped, and lockdown is available, so this after plant situation is looking quite good for Assailant right now. Odin is here for AKA, not really the best weapon to retake with. If you can't find some spam kills, then there's just not really much else this weapon is useful for in a retake situation. Pheonix is here over towards Gardens. He will push out, not check his corner quickly enough, but Nephilim is going to be good for the kill. Chaos Knight with another kill on towards AKA. It's quite easy to win duels against an Omen and Odin as long as you're not walking into their pre-fire. It just doesn't have the damage to win up in a straight 1v1 where you both start shooting at the same time. Just bring it 14-8. It looks like I don't think there's any chance Pheonix can win this, just because, mathematics, there is only 2 rounds left, so they can only go up to 10. So this is a game that's going to be won by Assailant. It's scrims, right? There's not really any real winner. Reveal Dart comes through towards a mid. Doesn't really get any info other than the fact that there's at least one person there. I actually think they had 2 people shoot. Drone does come through. Sova is there and ready for the aggression that comes off the back of it being destroyed. And 2 kills for them. This round is looking pretty much almost over until AKA gets a 1 tap onto Neff towards mid. A 1 deeg, I should say. It's not really a deagle in this game, but I think it would still be classed as a 1 deeg just because, you know, it's kind of that similar weapon. Yeah, Ascent manages to get the reload off in time. The bomb hasn't been planted, but Sova does not have any more charges of his Hunter's Fury available to stop it. And that revealed that the noise it made shooting it out should kind of give them information as to where he is. He picks up a Vandal, so they definitely know where he is. Sova at a little bit of an off angle. Chaos Knight playing for the trade frag. Really nice, you know, awareness from these guys. But, you know, at some point they should start to realize that he's not actually coming from there. Chaos Knight has turned around, changing his position up a little bit. Time is just ticking. Sova might not have a flank in time. He does make steps, actually, so Graphy might have been able to hear that. Not quite aware of it. Has literally no idea where he is. The shock darts are just going to be coming through from Sova to win it. I feel like that was a little bit BM, to be honest. He could have just peeked out and shot him, but instead playing it safe. The shock darts taking it. 15-8. Nice rounds for the attacking side in this half. They have looked quite clean. Nephilim is, I do believe, the highest ranked player on their team. And he's also playing a duelist, and it shows, right? He's getting all these first bloods and these aggressive plays. Quite stylish. Some good stuff, some nice frag movie montage stuff. Blade Storm is popped over here towards short. Nade does do a little bit of damage, so they are in 1-shot range for a Phantom. But nobody, well, there is actually one Phantom on mid. Takes an aggressive peek over towards mid. Some mollies come through, so he has to back off quite quickly. I'm still losing my words again. Why do I keep doing this? Engagement is over here towards mid initially. Graphy takes Chaos Knight down through the smoke, and he'll be quite happy with that one. He doesn't, you know, risk anything to get it, because it was through a smoke. Actually, he did. He got hit, so never mind. Maybe it was just before the smoke bloomed. I'm not quite sure. It looks like it's going to be an 8-8. Lockdown comes through, which completely shuts down all the defenders on the site directly. Nephilim isn't good for the first kill onto Graphy. But Graphy isn't going to check his corners. Man, that's unfortunate. Crit looking for another kill. Peeks back into it, but not aiming where he was peeking back into it, unfortunately. Although Mix is still alive, and he has been quite good for these clutch situations. It is a 4v2, but it's still technically a clutch. Going for this aggressive peek over here. If he can find a nice lineup, he does. Finds 3. That's huge. A 1v1 right now. Defender Killjoy was there, though, so the bomb can just be defused, and it is going to go. Pheonix realizes it, and Mix unfortunately can't do a damn thing about it. Not enough time. Defenders win, but I feel like that spray down is, you know, like, come on. That was pretty nuts. I would class it as a win if I were Mix. 2 pretty good clutch situation plays by him. He couldn't quite get the second one, but at the end of the day, not really expecting to win all the 1vx's in the game.